live stream from my bed. I feel like I haven't gone live from my bed in a while, so I decided to go live today from my bed. I feel so tired. Yesterday and today I felt so exhausted. I think that everything that's like going on is making me feel really sleepy. Hi. I read this horoscope that was like I should unplug this week. Hi. Because I'm just so exhausted. Hi. Oops, my hand. You see this pimple? Hi, Nicole. Hi, Kate. There's like a hair on my pillow. Hi, Vanity. Hi, Jules. Ain't no way it's Thursday already. Hi, Justin. How are you feeling, Justin? Hi, the boy in blue. GK4. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Mr. Yo King. Good afternoon. Hello. Hi, Jonas. SL Twins. Hi, by any means necessary. Hi, Tarot Student. Hi, Gary. I'm doing all right. I've been feeling really tired. That's why I'm in my bed right now. And I was like, well, I haven't gone live from my bed in a while. I've been going live like from out there in my little chair or, you know, my kitchen table. So I was like, we can do a live from my bed because I was like, oh, you know, we can catch up. I feel like this week, like, I don't know what was going on. I feel like I say this every week. I feel like every week I say this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, like, in the news. I don't know what's going on in, like, the celebrity pop culture. I feel like every single week I'd be like, well, here we are, guys. We're going live, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know why everyone is acting a fucking fool, but, you know, let's talk about it. So I was like, we could catch up. Hi, Chariot Man Gaming. Gary, Nikwan. Hi, Victoria, Kai, Kayla, Owen. Hi. Hi, Lydia. Oh, you think it's the mask, Trey? The masks are giving me pimples, especially with the humidity. You know, that actually makes sense because it was like a really big one too. And me being myself, I picked at it, which is now why I have this mark. It probably was from the mask. I never even thought about that, but that probably makes perfect sense. Because I normally don't get like big, deep pimples right here. Hi, Sincere. Hi, Clotilde. I feel like time is moving so fast. Hi, Jaden. I'm good. I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to rest. Like, anytime I feel tired, I'm trying to, like, really listen to that and rest. Hi, Xavier. Hi, Savannah. Hope everyone is doing good. Hi, Tiara. Feel a little better. Just got out of therapy a few minutes ago. You know, that type of thing is really traumatic, Justin. I think it's good to, like, let out your feelings and just, like, let it out and not try to, like, suppress it. That type of thing is traumatic. And I feel like there's been a lot of accidents right now, car accidents. One of my best friends got in a car accident day before yesterday. She got sideswiped. Luckily, she's okay. And her car is, like, okay. She just needs to get, like, repainted, which is, like, still going to be expensive. But and she was, like, super shaken up, too. I think it's good to, like, listen to yourself and not try to, like, push it. Because getting in a car accident will really shake you up. Back with another bed video. Feels like forever. So good to hear from you. Okay, so yeah. So what do y'all want to talk about first? I see a lot of people talking about Meg. Y'all want to talk about Meg first? Meg the Stallion? Drya said some stupid stuff about Meg getting shot. I saw that shit Drya said. Talk about some, oh, I'm here for it. I want a nigga to love me that much that he shoot me when I try to leave. I was just like, we still here in 2020, I guess. We just still romanticizing toxic ass fucking relationships or like whatever the fuck. Like, Drya always been a bird. I I was just like, I don't understand. I feel like this whole Meg Thee Stallion thing has been really, really weird in terms of like how I feel quickly people move to sort of like turn it into like a joke, or turn it into a meme, or turn it into some type of, I don't know. I feel really weird about how things that are really traumatic situations become talking points. Like, I've been thinking also a lot about like privacy and, like entitlement, how people feel so entitled. I say Drya, yeah. I don't give a fuck. I say Drya. I know her name is Drea, but Drya. I feel like a lot of shit has just turned into like talking points and like memes and a joke. Like, and I've just been thinking a lot about the way that we like receive I don't know, like receive traumatic events. I've been thinking about this a lot with like the whole Tamar, because like people have been doing the same thing with Tamar. And then like TMZ released like her 911 call, which I felt was so invasive. And I just feel like everything is so invasive and everyone turns everything into a joke in a lot of really weird ways right now. I don't know if it's because motherfuckers are bored at home during quarantine that, oh yeah, Tamar. Y'all know I just say people names, however. I know it's Tamar, but I always think Tamar. Sorry, I know I'm like messing up people names. I think it's maybe because I'm from DC. Like, just like Carrie Foe. I know her name is Carrie Foe, but I always want to say Kari Foe. Like, I always want to say Kari. Like, just like it's really hard for me to say like Derek. It's so hard. I want to say Dirk. Like, it's just, I think it's my accent or something. I don't know. The media is showing out with the misogynoir. It's a DC thing, right? It's really hard for me. Like, I mispronounce people's names and stuff all the time. And I, like, try to say it the right way, but it just doesn't come out. It just doesn't come out right. But no disrespect to anybody. I'm not, like, deliberately. I mean, I don't care if I'm saying Drya's name wrong. I'm saying her name that way on purpose because I don't care for her, but... Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know if it's because people are bored or what, but people are receiving shit in a really weird way. Maybe, I think it is because it's like Drea, Tamar, Carrie. Those things are hard for me to say. I'm so exhausted from social media, and I'm creatively exhausted. My whole body aches. Yeah, it's hard trying to be creative right now, too. It's like the episode of SpongeBob where he couldn't remember his name. Let's drag Drea because she's been getting on my last nerve. Hi, Alexis. 2020 is fucking with us. And what the hell is going on in Portland? I seen they fucking tear gas the mayor. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. Recent updates on Megan. This week has drained the fuck out of me, work included. Justin sending lots of love and positive vibes. Yes, Justin. I'm getting acne around my mouth. I'm noticing it more. Do you guys think it's because of the masks? It probably is, right? That makes sense. The Gestapo is finally here in Portland. Oh, you're in Portland? Are you okay by any means necessary? Clear skin morning burst? No. Yeah, around my mouth and chin now. I wash and sanitize the masks, which I didn't do before. Hi, Bambusa. Hi, Davy Jones Locker. Hi, Lace. Ever since your video about universal income, I've been mad thinking about how much an extra $1,000 a month would help me, and I'd still work to do what I want. Oh, Trey, you sweat a lot too, which doesn't help. Hi, Vanity. The masks are giving me pimples too. Last few weeks. Hi, Sabrina. I've been tapped out of the news and just been trying to find new music and reset. Wow. Megan and Tori. I'm tired. Yeah, I call her exactly Clotilde Dryer. Yes. And I just feel like everybody, and not even just with like Megan Thee Stallion, but with like Tamar and like with so much stuff, like people don't have like the facts, but there's just like so much speculation. and like so many rumors. Hi Richie. And just like so much, and like and just like this talk and this like chatter, this chatter and chatter and like just rumors and just like it's just like we don't even know, like, why are you even like giving interviews saying anything about it? You weren't even involved. Like, it's fucking weird. People feel like they're entitled to know what happened, like, in all these different personal situations, like listening to people's private calls. Like, it's weird. Like, you know, just like when we talked about when Naya Rivera, you know, like when she originally disappeared and it was like all these conspiracies. It's just like everybody's taking everything to level 10, it seems. Dryer has been saying foolish things. This is not even the first time. Everyone's becoming desensitized to alarming events. Yes, it's really weird. We're gonna call her Dryer from now on. She's always been a bird. She still is. She's bugging. She needs to take care of them kids. I don't know why people think Meg and Tori were dating. Oh, you graduated today? Oh, congratulations. SA 123. As soon as they heard Meg was shot, people were making jokes. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Misfortunate. Anything to make fun of Megan getting shot after she lost both her parents and grandmother. But they're saying pray for Kanye. So much for equal treatment. Oh my gosh. And then every time I turn around, Kanye has like tweeted some like new the fuckery. I just need everyone to just like put their phones down for a little while or something. Every time dry cleaner opens her mouth, all I hear is caca, caca. Dryer and Megan are friends also. Hi, Janae. It's all mess. I was pretending for a while Kanye didn't exist, but after this week, it's just sad. I was too. I was just like, I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm not gonna read anything about it. I'm not gonna open it. I'm not gonna click on it. Like, I'm not going to, but it's so much. It's overwhelming. And it's like round the clock coverage. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's because people are bored because they're like in the house, but it's also, it's just like, it's like round the clock. It's like it never stops. That's that 24-hour news cycle shit. But it seems like that's getting into like everything. Maybe this is people's true selves coming out. People are sociopathic. The boy in blue said, hi, Elo. Dryer, I like it. And it also really does seem like people do not like Meg Thee Stallion. Like, it's really weird. I really don't know. Hi, Queen. They made Breonna Taylor's death a meme too, and I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like that shit either. I don't really think that, like, you know, eat your vegetables and, like, Breonna Taylor, that's just not funny. Just wanted to come in and share some love. Thanks, JP. Meg said she'll talk about it when she's ready, so people need to respect. Yeah, I keep seeing people saying, like, well, why hasn't Meg said anything? Why hasn't Meg said anything? She's literally said she's recuperating and she's going to talk about it when she's ready. That's literally what she said. TMZ is the devil. Yeah, they released Tamar's 911 call, which just seems so invasive. And then I seen all these people that were like, well, it's public record. And it's just like, just because something is public record doesn't mean we all have to listen to it. Like, we all don't have to listen to somebody's significant other. I haven't listened to it. I'm just saying I know what it's about because it's fucking everywhere. I'm like actively avoiding it. We don't all have to listen to someone's significant other, you know, freaking out. It's just like, it's so weird, and I don't know. It's weird. It's like the equivalent of, like, you know, you have your glass up against the wall listening. There's been an overwhelming amount of jokes and memes about Meg being shot. It's so odd. I didn't even watch the video. People need to stop acting like it was just a lover spat. It was assault with a deadly weapon. Dryer and Meg were friends, or at least cool, back when they took pictures together. Hi, Roderick. People's true selves coming out. They're sociopathic. The media showing out with the misogynoir. It is a DC thing. We commodify pain and suffering. Intervention, True Life on MTV, Hoarders, etc. That's true, Owen. They're making fun of Tamar, who tried to kill herself, but Naya is a hero who supposedly saved her son. Can't even believe I liked TMZ when I was 18 to 20. We in Baltimore do the same damn thing. It's hard, right, Gary? You be trying to say words like the proper way, but proper. It's hard though. It just doesn't come natural. Oh, you know, I did see that, Queen. That Rihanna like said something about what Drea said or whatever. I hate seeing all the jokes about Meg. How is everything black women go through delegitimized and turned into a joke? Hi, keep making topics. Meg, Nicki pregnancy, universal basic income, mass eviction happening, Drake possibly being independent, Migos being scammed, bipolar disorder is real, USPS being privatized. We've talked about Meg. Yes, Monday, Nicki Minaj announced that she was pregnant, and I really was excited and happy for her. She's wanted a baby for a really long time. I wish her nothing but good health throughout her pregnancy. I feel like black mothers are really ripped apart and sent a lot of like bad energy, and we also suffer the most due to infrastructural racism. The black like maternity mortality rate is like 33% or something like that, and the rate for white women is like 4%, and the rate for like Latinx and like other women is like 14%, something like that. So anytime I see a black woman pregnant, I just like wish her good health, and I just like don't think that anything else is necessary. I really liked Zachary Campbell's video about it a lot. I really liked what he had to say about it. In terms of like people like being negative towards a pregnant woman and how like sick and creepy it is. Like, you don't have to say anything about it. If you don't want to just like congratulate her or like wish her good health, like you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. My sister's moving out of the country to have her baby in South America. The breast cancer rates for black women are high as well. They're atrocious. Black mothers don't get proper care in the hospital. Misogynoir is at an all-time high right now. I feel like it is too. I feel like every time I turn around, I see a black woman getting attacked for something right now. Hi, Ori. It really does feel like the only component of Meg's shooting being comical to people is the fact that it happened to a black woman is sick. I love the photo shoot Nicki did. It was very Pink Friday. I did too. I thought it looked amazing. Hi, Marcy. Yes, Nicki looks amazing. People are miserable as fuck. Oopsies. Sorry. Hit a comment by mistake. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Wait. I'm trying to like see everyone's comment. Okay, there. Dryer. Everyone's becoming desensitized to alarming events. Savage Fenty dropped Dryer as an ambassador. Thank God. It's hard for me to be creative or active these days. I have no energy. I forgot about the Kanye thing. That feels like 2 weeks ago. Right, and it was just earlier this week. It's like every time. Allegedly, Tory Lanez has had several domestic allegations. Oh, I didn't know that. Trump is trying to turn this into an authoritarian white nationalist military state. Hi, Naz. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just laying in bed. We haven't done a live from my bed in a while. I'm so stressed with work, and all family want to do is pray, which is good up to a point, but I need a break. Oh, Savannah. I definitely believe it's the masks. Okay. I'm starting to wear my mask everywhere, even to throw out the trash and check the mail. I wear a mask every time I leave my house. I have 4 in my rotation, and I do clean them. I do clean them and rinse them out and wash them because mine are reusable. I think it's maybe like the rubbing or something though. Universal basic income would be life-changing. They're just snatching people up off the streets in Portland, and watch a lot of those people go missing. They're going to traffic them, especially the women, probably. Richie. Never liked Tori. Oh, okay. I'm hoping August will be much better. Yeah, me too, Justin. I think part of the problem is that we have a certain entitlement to celebrities, and the access to them is different today than it was back in the day. I'm trying to like avoid having my hand all in the camera because I'm laying down. Damn! I keep getting lost. There we are. Masks were breaking me out and breaking my beard too. We shall celebrate when TMZ is no longer a thing. Hi, Michelle's daughter. Congress is fighting over whether we should get a second stimulus check and ending unemployment payments when a universal basic income would decrease the need for that. A few words typed and sent on a phone without a thought are weapons against mental health. The power is wild, yet folks act like they don't know. Hi, Chris. Even a lot of the discussions about Kanye's mental health feel invasive. Oh, what do you mean, Trey? Quarantine has everyone acting more extra than usual. They would normally, unfortunately, do this, but COVID is giving everyone a new level of desensitization. It's crazy. Kanye's Twitter rant, I think he and Kim are headed for divorce. I think Kanye and Kim are headed for a divorce too. Like, I feel for their children because their children, like, you know, didn't ask to be here. But I don't really, like, both of them knew, like, when Kim married Kanye, she knew that Kanye was unstable. And when Kanye married Kim, he knew exactly the person that she was and that her family was as well. But both of them wanted to prove everybody wrong. He wanted to prove that he could give a porn star some legitimacy. Like, he really wanted to turn a hoe into a housewife. And then he had his, like, come to Jesus moment out in Wyoming or whatever the fuck. And now, he's acting like he's not cool with her and her family. Like, they're witches. Like, that's who they were. Now you want them to be somebody else, and now you're talking about, you know, you're concerned for the grooming of your children, which is a very real concern. Not to say that it's not, because like all them Kardashians have been like groomed, but you already knew that before you married her and had 4 kids with her. So it just seems like too little too late in a lot of regards. And Kim acting like, you know, Kanye is like out of control and she didn't know the person that he was and his mental health, you know, when it turns out like he's been diagnosed with bipolar for like years. So it's just like, you know, everybody thought, I don't know what everybody thought. Everybody thought that they was going to be able to get into this marriage and make a lot of money and like thumb their nose in everybody's face. And now they want to get it. They're most likely heading towards divorce. And Kanye, you know, he doesn't want the kids to be with the Kardashians because he feels like it's not safe. Kim talking about she don't want the kids to be with Kanye because she feels like he's mentally unstable. Both of them have a motherfucking point. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I do think that in terms of like maybe it being invasive, I do think that people are getting off on watching Kanye, you know, have a fucking psychotic break in real time. And I think people have been getting off on that. And I do think the Kardashians are setting him up to like let him spin out of control so they can lock him up like Britney and take all his assets. But I've also said previously that like I want Kanye to get some serious help because I don't want this to turn into some type of like murder-suicide situation, which I know is really morbid, but I'm being dead serious. Like that to me is also not a joke. It's not funny. Like, it's not funny. Hi, Line 10 Minute. I'm praying for Megan. Dryer romanticizing domestic violence was stupid and dangerous. I still don't want to see anything else about Kanye West. I don't want to see anything else except Kanye West is getting some help. He's checked himself into some type of facility. And he's back on his meds. That's the only thing I want to see with regards to Kanye West. Anything else just feels like capitalizing off somebody having a fucking breakdown. Meg needs to center herself and regroup. She's around all these people that are not her friends. I think Kanye is spilling the tea about the Kardashians. They're going to play it off like he's crazy and insane. It's sad what he's going through, but I think some of the stuff he says is true. I think everything he's saying about them, like, grooming the girls is absolutely true. I just can't enjoy college dropout in peace. Kanye needs help immediately. Hi, Brooke. We're good. How are you doing, Brooke? Hi, Naomi. Can't really take Ye seriously anymore. I'm tired of people using the mental illness as an excuse. Fuck that. You have old-ass white people in nursing homes with dementia who've been racist since the 60s. That has nothing to do with his bipolar. Yeah, but the thing is, nobody is going to the nursing home to stick a microphone in the fucking face of those old-ass white racists and then writing fucking articles and making videos and shit about it for money, for monetized content. That is the difference, I feel. Like, that's the difference. That's not, you know, nobody goes and fucking sticks a fucking camera in the face of the motherfucker down at the corner, like, ranting. But they do that with fucking Kanye West. And they give him, like, this huge platform to fucking talk. Even though we all know, like, he has fucking problems. That's what I have an issue. I have an issue with that. Like, I have an issue with that. I do feel for Kanye to an extent because of his illness, but Azealia Banks was also diagnosed with bipolar and no one gave her the same allowance, which is absolutely true. Megan Thee Stallion was shot and, like, nobody's giving her the same allowance that they're giving fucking Kanye West. Like, Azealia Banks totally has problems. And that's one of the main reasons why, like, personally, I will not cancel Azealia Banks. I can't tell anybody else what to do if they feel uncomfortable with some of the things that she's said and done. But, like, Azealia fucking acts out and has problems too. Kanye lay with demons. You get possessed. These news outlets exploit... Right, Gary. These news outlets exploit the fuck out of Kanye's antics. That's exactly what they do. I hate how dudes are mocking Meg's pain. TikTok has really gone too far with memeing Breonna Taylor's death. I don't get it. The Breonna Taylor TikToks be having me rolling my eyes. Hi, Mo. How are you? None of the celebs who wanted to drive the boat and align themselves with Megan for popularity are quiet. None of them have publicly wished her well. It's weird. Meg is also traumatized. She doesn't have to speak on it right now. It's crazy that people are cracking jokes. There's literally nothing funny. Same thing with those Rihanna pictures, an invasion of privacy. Meg is definitely the it girl in high school that everybody started to hate out of nowhere. Mad weird. People are thirsty for tea, gossip, and entertainment. They'll look for it in places it shouldn't even exist, like tragedy. Totally agree, the boy in blue. Hi, Jada New Yorker. I feel like what happened to having some boundaries? Ooh, Kimberly Frazier. Take care of yourself, please. That's the most important thing. People hate Meg now because so many people originally liked her. I hope Meg has a solid support circle around her. Jealousy is pervasive. Everyone loved Hot Girl Summer, but no one loves the woman who embodies it, you know? If Meg wanted to starve the streets of her music, I wouldn't blame her. Yeah, that's a good point. Love the photo shoot Nikki did. It was very prank Friday. No, I have not seen the rest of your life video. Thank you, Shaquana. Let's see. That's why I'm seriously considering using a doula and a midwife when I have a kid. A friend of mine just had a baby at home with a black midwife, and they said they had a great experience. It's their third kid. They had their first 2 kids in the hospital. This is a black couple. They had their first 2 kids in the hospital. They said having the baby at home with the black midwife was a million times better. They almost killed Serena Williams when she was pregnant. Oh, we got it, Brookie. Like, we got it. We get it. Like, none of us like it, but we can still, you know, we can still be happy. Nikki's wanted a baby for a long time. Especially considering Nikki is not only a black woman, but she's having a child in her mid-30s, so it'll be even more dangerous. I'm praying for her. Hope she has a safe delivery. Hi, Absurd. Can't stop thinking about Nicole Thea. Gosh, horrible, Trey. So horrible. So sad. Really sad. Really scary. People need to stay out of Nikki private life. She's living her best life. People should let her be. Her pictures were very Roman reloaded. They trashed Nikki for years for not having a number 1 or having a baby. Now she has both, and people are heated. Nikki's happiness brings out some people's inner demons. I agree with that. And I don't know what it is about Nikki that her happiness makes people upset. Meek Mill came out of nowhere commenting about it. I was like, sir, don't you have your own baby? Like, it was so random. It was like a post. What did the post say? The post said something like, if you congratulate Nikki or post her one of her pregnancy pictures, you're getting blocked. You don't know her. And like Meek Mill commented, like, why are you so pressed and salty? Why are you pressed and salty? What makes you angry about seeing somebody wish, you know, congratulate somebody on new life and wish that they have a safe and healthy and happy pregnancy? What about that makes you feel upset? Like, I just don't understand, especially somebody that's, you know, later in life, you know, like that has really wanted a baby. Like, and it's not like she posted like anything with the dude in it or anything, you know, like nothing like that. Like, and you don't have to say anything if you don't want to, if you're not feeling it, but to actively be like, don't congratulate her is so weird to me. Like, that's like some actual, like, as if you have ill intent towards somebody's unborn baby, which is like not cool. Like, I don't, like, the baby's innocent. Being attacked, vilified, and made into a joke. Hi, Monica. Oh, you at work? My bad. We don't know what Megan Thee Stallion did, though. I think if Meg had pressed charges on Tory and cooperated with police, then folks would be singing another tune. You realize we literally don't, we have no idea. We have no idea if Meg Thee Stallion is cooperating with police. Meg Thee Stallion might be cooperating with police. She might have a lawyer that told her not to say anything in public. People assume that because she's not saying anything, that means she's not cooperating. Like, we don't know her. Like, we don't know these people. This seems to be, like, confusing. We do not know these people. We do not know these celebrities. Like, we don't know. I mean, maybe some of y'all know some of them. I don't know. But, like, we don't know. They don't have to come out with, like, a statement of, like, and this is how I'm cooperating with police. And this is what we're, like, they don't have to do that. We're not entitled to their lives. There's something really weird going on with this weird entitlement that motherfuckers feel about somebody's, like, their personal life or, you know, all this. It's fucking weird as fuck. I remember seeing a comment on social media criticizing Nikki for having a baby so late. Like, what the fuck? 37 isn't old. 35 and up is considered a geriatric pregnancy, which, get into that. I'm trying to focus my energy on positive things. This year has been so taxing on my mental. I can def sense a heightened, hi Jim. I can def sense a heightened aggression towards Black women lately. It is very alarming. People are really annoying. You can also press charges at a later date. It's literally been a week. People need to give Meg some damn leeway. We don't know. And I know that people are saying that too because they're saying, because motherfuckers is typing Tory Lane's real name and they're typing Meg Thee Stallion's real name into fucking search engines, databases, public records, and they're looking for police reports and things of that nature. And since they don't see it, they're assuming they know. Like, it's also possible that they could ask for all this shit to be, like, closed, like, because they are public figures. That shit is possible, too. Like, we don't know them. We're not entitled to know what's happening with their fucking criminal shit that they have going on. Just like when somebody went and typed her real name into some database in Texas and dug up her mugshot. It's fucking weird. Who does that? Who does that? Weird as fuck. Apparently, the government is starting to go full on jackboot in Portland. Hi, Mara. I'm doing all right. I've heard about Telfar, but I don't know about this resale thing. I had to say off Twitter because every time I go on there, it's videos of Black women getting assaulted and disrespected. Hi, Jay. First time catching alive. What's happening in Portland is horrifying. Hi, Marie. I'm so sleepy. Just went to sleep, but I can't sleep because life. People are stressing me out. They're saying that because apparently the risk of complications during pregnancy spikes for women past the age of 35. Telfar is Black-owned. Non-Blacks use bots to buy out the inventory, and now they're reselling it and shaming the Black consumers on Twitter. Wow. Hi. Telfar had to freeze their site to get rid of the bot orders. Kanye has 4 kids with her. They didn't know 4 kids ago. And it's not even like, you know, they accidentally got pregnant. Like, they wanted them kids to be here. Like, now they're fighting over them. Over who's the worst parent. Y'all both suck. I'm surprised they lasted this long. This is Kim's 3rd marriage. I definitely think the Kardashians are setting it up to make Kim some type of battered wife. They need to stop. Kim has been wanted blackness through a Black man. Now she has 4 offspring of blackness. Kanye made his bed and now he's complaining about having to lie in it. You knew who the damn Kardashians were and you still laid with Kim. I never knew bipolar or other neurodivergent conditions makes you anti-Black. Having bipolar doesn't automatically make you anti-Black, but I need people that have never dealt with people that have bipolar or have been through manic episodes to stop throwing in their 2 cents. It's really starting to get on my nerves because when you have bipolar, you can seriously have manic depressive episodes and like literal psychotic breaks from reality where you are not in touch with reality. So like it's fully possible that like all this like dragon energy power, Harriet Tubman, like all this shit could be directly related to Kanye having a psychotic break. Like, so it's not impossible. Like y'all are acting like it's impossible. It's not. And if you haven't had one-on-one experience with somebody that's going through a fucking manic episode, which I have, it's fucking scary. Like, don't talk to me about it. Like, don't talk to me about it. Like, I don't want to hear your, you don't know what you're talking about opinion. Unless you're a doctor. Like, Trey, you could talk. They're 100% putting Kanye under a conservatorship. Sorry if I said that wrong. Those girls are gonna get passed around Hollywood like a Christmas turkey. Oh, don't say that. Yeah, I just hope nothing happens to their kids. Same, Lydia. I'm just hoping nothing happens to those kids. I have BPD and it is so triggering to see people relish in what's happening to him as some type of quarantine sport. I want him to get help. Oh, La Tafeta. Hope I said that right. Totally feel you. Kim and Kanye knew exactly who they married into. For them divorcing now is kind of weird. I feel bad for their kids, but the situation is too much. My heart does ache for those kids. They aren't really safe anywhere. The murder-suicide angle is morbid, but it definitely does not feel unrealistic at this point. The whole situation is a big enough circus and has been for a real long time. And then if God forbid, because they're all still living in the same household, if God forbid, you know, Kanye fucking killed her and then killed himself, everybody would be sending their condolences and acting so sad about it. Like, then stop fucking making your bread and butter talking about it. Hi, thank you. Of course they're grooming the girls. They already did it to Kylie and Kendall. I think they're saying that they have BPD, not that they have bipolar. I think they're saying they have BPD, and that all the way that people are talking about mental health and anxiety and stuff is triggering them. The grooming of the kids, yep, look at Kylie. I really believe the children in that family are mostly lost. People have always exploited Kanye's issues. I remember how people kept circulating that 20-minute rant he did at his concert. It was sickening to see how entertained people were by it. What about Britney? What you want to talk about Britney? Keep making. I'm tired of people making fun of Britney too. Like, shit's not funny. Azalea is a musical genius just like Kanye, so until y'all cancel him, she ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck. I can't cancel her either. I refuse to throw away a black woman with that much talent. She's made huge contributions to music. I wouldn't put it past Ye to rationalize in his mind during a manic episode. Right, Davey. And I kind of feel similar to what I was saying when we were having the Naya conversation, the Naya Rivera conversation. And people were saying, like, she wouldn't kill herself because she loved her son so much, or because, like, she loved her boyfriend, or because, like, you guys are trying to, like, put rational thoughts on, like, people that might not be in their right frame of mind at that moment. You can't, like, it's not rational. Like, when you're suicidal and you're, like, really in that dark place, you're really not sitting there thinking, like, wow, if I kill myself, it's gonna, like, really hurt my child or the people around me. 9 times out of 10, all you're thinking about is, like, the intense emotional, mental pain that you're going through. You just want it to stop, or, like we talked about during that Naya Rivera live stream, you know, like, it would be better for my friends and family if I wasn't here. I'm a burden on them, all these things. So it's just, like, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like people are not empathetic towards mental health crises at all. And they're very real. And they're not logical. Like, they're not logical. Hi, Shim Jim. And it's not a joke, and it's not funny, and it's not a meme, and it's not something that we should just be, like, so flippantly talking about. Like, it's no big deal. I feel the media has a hand in how things escalate. Unemployment is about to run out. People are about to lose their house. This country is a dumpster fire. The media also influences how people are portrayed to the masses. The priority should be on Ye getting the proper help from mental health experts. Azalea completely revitalized the hip house genre, paved the way for y'all fave rappers to do house tracks. People had no idea how to even execute it before Azalea. It's true. Azalea Banks' first album is a classic, and I find her personality likable. Outside of some of the out-of-pocket things she says, I'm not canceling her. Black people love black art, but not the black bodies that created it. Azalea told everybody not to stream Broke with Expensive Taste because she didn't get the royalties. I saw that. I bought it, so I'm not sure how that works. I don't like to stream. I don't stream. A big part of why I don't like streaming is because you never really know where your royalty money is going. I hope she got a portion of what I bought. I won't lie, after hearing about what Serena Williams went through with her giving birth scared the fuck out of me. Beyonce also almost died giving birth to the twins. Beyonce, at the top of her game, almost died. I'm scared for any black woman having a baby. I really wish them all the best. Yes, exactly, Roderick. Oh, Azalea said she might get her master's back. Azalea said the other day the guy who owns her master's got audited, so she might get ownership. Meg Thee Stallion is definitely deserving of some kind of sabbatical or personal time. She had a rough go at it. They flipped on Megan as quick as they flipped on Nicki. Meek Mill wants to carry Nicki's baby so bad. Hi, Kayla. Meek is obsessed. Yeah. Meek clearly was the toxic one in the relationship. I know Milano is mortified. Imagine commenting negatively on your ex's pregnancy reveal. Meek is a weirdo. Some of these male celebs are so catty. Yeah. Nicole, even though that wasn't even true. That was like a urban internet legend. Meek is so jealous. I don't know how I don't know how Meek's baby deals with him because he is annoying as fuck. Meek wants her back. He has a girl and a kid right now, still complaining. Meek does anything but tend to his own baby. Hi, Daya. Broke with Expensive Taste is one of the great works of art. Azalea's been through a lot. Her childhood was tragic and explains a lot about her behavior. I'll always support her. And I think Azalea Banks is actually a really good example because Azalea Banks also said some anti-black stuff a few years ago with like the skin bleaching thing. And that was like really hard, you know, to be an Azalea Banks fan. And then she also talked, though, about, like, you know, being dark-skinned and, like, her experiences with colorism and, you know, but is that still an excuse? You know, is her mental health and her experiences with colorism an excuse for bigging up anti-blackness and bleaching and all that shit? No. Do I still feel for her? Yes. Am I still not going to cancel her? Exactly. Like... I was like, Meg probably has lawyers advising her to keep quiet while they sort it out. We don't know. It's only been a week. You don't have to press charges immediately. We don't know a damn thing. Hi, Prince Onyx. Niggas on Twitter were saying because Meg tweeted she snitched on Tory. I'm just like, if you niggas don't shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh, Bricky. Hi, Tony. Self-reflection is hard. The reason folks are making excuses for behavior is because it requires you to examine your own behavior. It can get messy for some folks. We're not entitled to shit. Stan Twitter and these gossip blogs are the worst. And I feel like Stan Twitter, gossip blogs, this like dig culture, dig through people's personal private shit and like fandom culture, spoiler culture, all this shit is becoming like the norm. It's becoming like the standard for like internet culture and internet behavior, which is like also terrifying. There's nothing mentally stabling about the country right now. Like I seen some shit about J. Cole. Like J. Cole is married and he like gave an interview the other day or something where he talked about his 2 sons and people were like, 2 sons by who? And like, are either of them by his wife? And you know, it was just like all these rumors and it was just like, there's no reason. Number one, there's no reason to assume that his kids are not by his wife. I'm pretty sure they're by his wife. And people are like, well, why isn't his wife on Instagram? And like, why does he never post her? And it's just like, maybe she's a private person. Like, once y'all find out, you know, her fucking full name, y'all gonna go fucking type her name into some databases and go dig through her fucking past. Maybe she doesn't want that. Maybe he doesn't want his wife and kids to be chased down the fucking street. Like, it's just like... Our culture normalized it. Our internet culture has like normalized certain things. And it seems like it's not heading in the right direction. And maybe this is like, you know, more Trump effect. I really don't know. I really don't know. Meg is literally recovering. People need to give her time. Everyone online wants to be a bootleg investigator. I swear I hate these idiots. The sense of ownership over public figures has been unnerving for a while now. Famous people can have their files sealed, and Tory is from another country. He's from Canada. Y'all don't know their situation. Everybody's creepy. There could be more to the story than anyone knows. What's wrong with people? If she presses charges or not, it's nobody's business. A lot of celebrity commentary has changed in tone. Right. It's mad parental and shaming no matter the situation. And like as if we know these people. It's really weird. A lot of fans feeling ownership to black celebrities feels like a holdover of slavery. Oh, that's interesting. Especially when white and non-black fans feel like black celebrities owe them things. That is a really interesting take, the boy in blue. I'm going to read that again. A lot of fans feeling ownership over black celebs feels like a holdover to slavery, especially white and non-black fans feeling like black celebs owe them things. Really interesting. Hi, Chris. Only thing I care about is if Meg is okay. She said physically she's fine, but she needs to take a break for her mental. That's good enough for me. Right, I don't understand how people want more. Hi, Jada. Yes. Yes. For the last 2 kids, Kim and Kanye used a surrogate. So again, like they went above and beyond for the children to be here. Like, even though they both knew that Kanye knew he had issues with that family grooming kids. Kim knew she had issues with Kanye's instability. And they still continued on. You would think Nicki, Meg, and Beyonce snuck into people's homes and beat the shit out of them with a sack of nickels. That's the only thing that would explain the extreme hate for them. I work in psych bipolar. People literally do have moments of literal delusions. They can even hallucinate. Yeah, Monica. People are just eating popcorn and enjoying Kanye's mental breakdown. Is sick. That's true. I suffer from deep depression. I have manic episodes. It's crazy. Oh, I know you're not, Trey. I was just kidding. So I was just kidding with you. I know you're not. Kanye's not well and people are enjoying it. I pray for them kids daily. I've worked in mental health for years, and when someone is having a manic episode, it is absolutely shocking. You really have to have empathy and compassion and deal with it. I will never forget, because we've talked about this, you know, I had an ex, a very serious relationship with someone that had bipolar, and I will never forget, like, my ex having a manic episode and literally saying, my ABC, and then literally 5 seconds later being like, EFG. And I'd be like, no, you just said ABC. And they'd be like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I said this and that. No, like, no, babe, like you just said this and that, you know, or like having a conversation and it's like a totally just like out of left field. And you're just like, no, that's not it. Like, that's not true. Like that, this is a delusion. Like you're hallucinating, like you're having an episode right now. Like this is not actually happening. And manic episodes also tend to be cyclical, which I also feel like that's why it seems like every 3 months or every 6 months, every 9 months, every so often, like Kanye has these breaks. It's like a cyclical thing that's occurring. And for all we know, like, we just don't know. Like, we're not this nigga's fucking doctor. Like, for all we know, like, Kanye West might really genuinely believe, as a part of his delusion, like, Harriet Tubman delivered us to white people. It sounds like something we would never say, but he might really, when he's manic, like, really genuinely believe that, you know? Like, he might also really believe that, like, the flying spaghetti monster is, like, coming to get him. And I'm not even saying that to be funny. I'm just saying, like, y'all don't understand, like, your mental state, your brain and your mind and like all that stuff can really, like, that's your whole perspective. That is your whole perspective. Like, your brain controls everything. That's your whole perspective. So even if it seems like sometimes Kanye is like clear and lucid, and maybe like that's why it's confusing for people when he like says and does these other things, we are not his fucking psychiatrist. We just don't know. And I wish people would stop fucking talking about it like they do. Mental health is extremely important. I've worked in psych facilities before. Let me tell you, those type of mental issues are no joke. I hate the crowd that drags Kanye, but yet screams about mental health. They are hypocrites. I hope Kanye eventually wants help for himself and gets it. And like, I hate to say that I feel for Kim, but in a way I do, because, you know, I was with my ex for I was with my ex on and off for 10 years before I literally had to walk away because I was like, I can't do this. You're going to kill me, or you're going to kill yourself, or you're going to kill somebody. And like, I don't want to like walk away because I don't want to feel like I'm abandoning you, or like, you know, it's going to be my fault if something happens, you know, but you don't want to get help. You don't want to admit there's a problem. You don't want to get medicated. These are the conversations that I was having with this person. And it was just like, I can't keep putting my well-being at risk. So this has to be the end. And I hope you get the help that you need. That's all anybody should say about this fucking situation with Kanye West. That's how I feel. Like, Kanye, I have to walk away from you. I hope you get the help that you deserve. That's it. Where was I? People's mental health is spiraling in 2020. People believe that psychotic breaks are something you could just snap out of. That's not how it is. It's true. My brother suffers from bipolar and mild schizophrenia, and when the episode comes, it's very clear that he's not operating on the same time as anyone around him. It's really bizarre. None of this is funny. It's really sad. It's a sick culture. Who is really living off this? Britney Spears' dad had power of attorney over her assets. She has to do everything he asks to get her own money. Her mom's trying to help her. Hollywood knows that when Kanye is off his meds, lots of people in the gossip industry are about to get a check. They love it. They eat it up. They eat it up. People second guess and make light of mental illness all the time. Yeah. People gave Naya the benefit of the doubt, but not Tamar. Message. Hi, Corey. Free Britney. I feel like part of being empathetic or sympathetic towards people is being able to see ourselves in certain situations. But since mental illness isn't logical to most of us, it's more difficult. All this, she had everything, how could she kill herself comments just show that people know very little about mental illness. Like depression, like as if depression is a character flaw, not an illness. It's infuriating. Like as if Kate Spade, rich ass, didn't kill herself. Anthony Bourdain, all these people. Like, you could have a great, wonderful life with friends and family and kids that love you and that you love, and you can still feel like you don't have a way out. Like, that shit is such empty commentary to me. Like, no. Like, you don't know. I know, Corey. It's funny. Broke with Expensive Taste is a masterpiece. Mental health is looked down upon, even though we never look down on people with physical injuries. Yeah. I love Azealia Banks. I'm never canceling her. Please have empathy for mental health. People want to know the business so bad, but what happens after you know these celebs' business? Now what? They just want to be nosy. Hi, Mar. They just want to be nosy, have they nose all up in motherfuckers' personal lives. They can still be celebs and hold their privacy. Being a celeb is hard. This is why Beyonce and Jay-Z are private people. And even then, wasn't it some shit like a few months ago because somebody went in Beyonce's house and they fucking took a picture of the kids, the twins and Blue Ivy. They took a picture of a picture that was on the wall and then they leaked it on the internet. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're in somebody's private home and you fucking took a picture of a fucking picture and put of somebody's children. They're fucking minor children. They're children that are under the age of 10. And you fucking put it on the internet? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? That shit, like, really scared me. If I was fucking Beyonce, that shit would have really freaked me out. Like, no one would ever be allowed in my house again. That shit would have scared the shit out of me. Internet culture has encouraged stalking and harassment, period. I feel like internet culture is just becoming more and more immoral and disturbing. Privacy is becoming more precious. People be invested and pressed over people that they do not even fucking know. Reality TV and social media has allowed fans to feel like they get to see everything in a celebrity's life. That's probably true too. Reality TV probably does have something to do with it. The same people who dig for celebrities' personal info can't figure out how the government will know who to give reparations to. Right! You can't put that internet sleuthing to the test when it comes to figuring out who's a fucking descendant of American chattel slavery, yet you could find motherfuckers' whole social security numbers and everything else. The fucking partner of a celeb that's not even famous. Just, it's too much. I think it's because people get jealous of celebrities. They feel like exposing them brings them down. All these broadcasted trauma bonding and empathy formats are totalistic. They're feeding off the energy. The energy of like the celebrities being taken down. Everybody wants to be a psychologist for Kanye. People think it's funny. I'm really concerned with folks that have taken one psych class and can suddenly pull jargon out of nowhere and try and diagnose this man. I try to ignore the whole family. I literally give no life to them. Period, Roderick. I try to just ignore it. I had a nervous breakdown in 2013, and I really, truly believed I was being spied on and that the government was after me when I deleted my Facebook. People don't understand what can be going on when you are not well. I read this really interesting personal essay the other day about somebody that was having like a schizophrenic episode, and they believed that they were being like chased through the streets of Paris by like spies and police and like undercover agents and stuff, and like they weren't even in Paris. They were like in the United States. Like you cannot apply like a logical, like why would they think that? I don't understand. Like they are not all there. Like they might come back later, but like they're somewhere else right now. I worked in the psych hospital too. It's no joke. Serious illness, honestly. 1 minute you're having a fun convo, and the next the person is trying to jump over furniture to beat you. Something else my ex used to always do is be like, do you hear that on the phone? Do you hear that clicking? It's a click. I'd be like, I don't hear anything. And they always like, I hear something. I think somebody's spying on me. I think someone's listening to me. And I'd be like, I don't hear anything, you know? Like, you just don't know until you're in that situation. You just don't know. I'm an avid Kardashian hater, so she gets none of my sympathy, but I'm well aware of what she's going through, and it's incredibly scary and hard. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Thank you, Clotilde. It was hard, but it had to be done. This country is imploding, and you expect me to hold it together? No, ma'am. I just feel like a lot of people have something to say about everyone, and sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. It's so hard when you love someone who clearly needs psychological help, and technically there's nothing you can do if they don't want to help themselves. That's the hardest part. Having someone that you care about with a clear mental illness, part of the delusion convinces them that they don't have an issue. It prevents them from getting help. I also can't imagine that the pandemic and current state of the country has made Kanye or anyone else's mental health even better. He's still entitled to healing, whatever the course of action. I think it's really interesting that people were like, you know, August Alsina has like, oh, August Alsina has all this like mental health issues, and he's entitled to heal however he wants, even if he wants to fucking act out all over the internet with fucking dropping singles about entanglements, and it doesn't matter if he blows up people's marriages and blows up motherfuckers' lives and says horrible things all over the internet. He can do whatever he wants to deal with his mental illness. But nobody would say Kanye West is entitled to say fucking dragon power, slavery was a choice as a result of his mental illness. Like, I don't know if it's because there was a black woman involved in one of these situations, but let's keep going through these comments. I think all people can do is wish him well and hope for the best. He's still an adult and it's his decision. I hate how the media runs wild with this. Nobody cares about black people's mental. I agree that I wish people would stop giving Ye a platform. He does not need a platform at all. I suffer from mental illness. Once a year for about a week, I really go through it out of nowhere. You might be having a manic episode, especially if it seems like it happens around the same time, because they're cyclical. That's why, like, medication helps. That's why I have an issue with people that be like, you don't need medication. Like, you don't know. Like, they might have a fucking chemical imbalance in their brain that flares up, you know, every 6 months. And if they got on some fucking medication, that might help them. Like, shut the fuck up. Janae Aiko. It's hard for me to feel bad for Kim. She steals too much from black culture and treats black women so horribly. The feeling of hopelessness and feeling like no one cares about you is a real thing. I sometimes go through my own bouts of depression and anxiety, being, I'm not going to read that part out loud. Yeah, lovely me. I know exactly what you mean. Being from DC, a lot of people work in military jobs or government jobs, and it is definitely looked down. It's definitely like a scary thing, because at any moment they can pull your medical records and look and see if you're talking to a therapist. Hi, Vermilion Dynamo. Oh, the picture was taken at Matthew Knowles' house. I stand corrected. Sorry, it wasn't at Beyonce's house. It was at Matthew Knowles' house. My bad. That's scary as fuck and totally out of line. Taking a pic of a minor in the privacy of someone's home without their consent should be a felony. Oh, really? Oh, Roderick, you should find a new person. I feel like folks also forget that celebrities are people. They dehumanize them way too much and believe that they're all owed all information about them when it's not right at all. People can't come to terms with their own contradictions and hypocrisy. It's so much more easy to be self-righteous and talk a whole lot of nothing. The internet is trash. Oh, you didn't know that, Queen? Yeah, they took a picture of Beyonce's kids and fucking put it on the internet. Somebody said that it was Jason Lee, allegedly. I don't know if that's true, but and like didn't even think twice about going to somebody's private home, taking a picture of a picture on the wall and then posting it. Like, there's a reason why we haven't seen this picture of the fucking kids. Obviously, they don't. This is a private picture from inside someone's home. What makes you think that that's okay? Like, what makes you think that that type of thing is appropriate? People don't even have pause. Like, they don't even think twice. It's so scary. Oh, really, Kayla? The phone thing is something my dad used to do too. That's so crazy, OMG. And they will really have you thinking, like, do I hear a click on the phone? Like, once you start feeling like you're being gaslit, you have to go. It's almost like the chorus to Matchbox 20's Unwell. Queen said, who's watching P-Valley? Are any of y'all watching P-Valley? I don't have stars, but I saw y'all talking about it in Discord. The contradictions don't make sense. Oh, you've seen the first episode of P-Valley? I used to hear my great-grandmother screaming my name during a manic episode. Privacy is one of the hardest aspects of a relationship. Oh, okay. Oh, no, sorry, never mind. Sorry, that was confused. My mother's bipolar. We've had a rocky relationship since childhood. It took having to take psych classes in undergrad to understand her illness. Glad I could get that understanding. Oh, I'm glad you were able to get it too. Be easy, boo. Janae Aiko saying depression isn't real and we don't need medication and to just vibrate higher. I was like, what? Yo, it made me so... I will never forget. I will never forget. I have like I feel like I have an unreasonable disdain for her because of that commentary, because it really bothered me. It really did. People also don't realize that what works for some, like medication versus no medication, doesn't apply to everybody. I've always had social anxiety to the point where I have the urge to go to the bathroom. That sucks. Seasonal depression is real. I will never get over that Janae Aiko comment. I'm a supporter of both farms as well as locating and treating the psychological and emotional issues. Yes, I am too. Y'all know I'm like a huge fan of therapy. I think that like locating the psychological and emotional issues, you know, talking through them, figuring them out is like the primary way to heal. And meditation can help and all those things can help. But there are some illnesses that are a chemical imbalance. Like, that is true. Like, there are some illnesses that are a chemical imbalance and medication can help you. I'm not going to say that, like, that's not true. That's how they got by. They got it from Matthew, because Beyonce is definitely Fort Knox. But even so, that's foul. I'm glad you stopped going to her, Roderick. I think both should come into play. Yeah, Janae Aiko said that depression isn't real and that people just need to meditate and, you know, vibrate and improve their frequency and they'll feel better. And I just feel like, which some of you guys have heard me say before, I feel like that's the new age equivalent of like, girl, just pray it away. Like, some shit can't just be prayed away, you know. Some shit can, you know. And also therapied away, but not some things, you know, not everything. Like, some things you might need a little help. You just don't know. It's a case-by-case basis. Celebrities are treated like deities. Gonna start watching P-Valley this weekend. Why was Jason Lee at Matthew Knowles' house? Like, maybe he was interviewing him for something. Jason Lame, the man with the same. Vita is a good show on Stars too. And now, because of the August situation, now people are constantly clowning Will on social media. He doesn't fucking deserve that. Right. That's another example of taking somebody's personal situation, turning it into a joke, into a meme. And not saying that I think this is going to happen, but just since we're on the topic, you know, God forbid if Will Smith fucking, you know, murder-suicide, fucking killed somebody and then killed himself, everybody would be like, oh, you know, like as if y'all wasn't just making, you know, ruthlessly making fun of this man, memeing him and, you know, kicking him and needling at him and really crossing a line. And then people are like, well, it's just jokes. It's just jokes. I don't know. What Jean said was incredibly irresponsible and destructive. Some people absolutely need treatment and or medication. My mother was severely depressed and she suffered her whole life. Ooh, ouch. Oh, Kenya, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's terrible. That's incredible to get to a place of understanding, though. That's what they're saying, Queen. Doesn't Matthew Knowles have a Destiny's Child museum in his house? Does he? Oh, I never heard that. They harass Will Smith day and night on Twitter and Instagram, and it goes viral every time. Some of y'all don't remember this, but a few years ago when Robin Williams killed himself, people ran his daughter, I think her name is Zelda. People ran his daughter off social media. They ran her off Twitter. They ran her off Instagram. They ran her off all of her socials because they were constantly harassing her and like needling her and teasing her and like making all these memes and making all these jokes about her father killing himself, to the point where you can Google this, to the point where she literally shut down her social media accounts, and I don't even think she's came back since then. And then when she left, people were like, well, it's just a joke. She can't take a joke. The fuck? Like, what? People enable and add to folks' pain and illnesses and then act innocent and dumb when that shit causes real tragedy. It's not always just jokes. Then they say, we didn't know. Yes, you did. His daughter's name is Zelda. Yup, I remember that. It's a sad, sick world. Wow. Is that true, Brooke? Didn't Jason Lee and a bunch of other random people just become voting members of the Grammys? I didn't care about these award shows before. Now I really don't. If Jason Lee became a voting member of the Grammy, Cardi B is about to get 27 fucking Grammys. She already won a Songwriting of the Year, the ASCAP Songwriter of the Year award for a second year in a row, which made history because now she's like the first ever like woman to win it twice. Cardi B hasn't even dropped music in like 2 years. People were like, what did she win for? They said, oh, she fucking wrote her verse on fucking the Blueface Tatiana remix. I said, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I was like, over Meg the Stallion, who dropped like 37 songs last year and she wrote all of them? Like, what? Or even if we're going to talk about, you know, the fact that she just broke a record by being the first woman to ever win twice in a row. For songwriting, like, Jasmine Sullivan has written some beautiful songs. Like, you know, like, even if you want to talk about, like, I just don't understand. Like, she knows somebody, or, you know, they really, like, somebody has to be in her corner so hard. Like, and now her butt buddy is being voted into the Grammy board. Like, I just don't understand what it is. Like, I just don't understand what it is. Right, Mariah? Like, Mariah? Cardi B? Not Thesaurus Mariah? It's confusing. It makes no sense. Industry plant. Period. I just don't understand. Robin Williams named his daughter after the title character from the Legend of Zelda video games. The fact that they bullied her off was sick. I felt bad for her. It's a lot because going to the general public is so dangerous. Yeah. Death isn't funny or a laughing matter. We got to have more conversations about being responsible with internet actions with adults. The truth is that we're all dealing with negative social actions we normally wouldn't. They wanted Zelda to post family photos online of Robin and got mad when she refused, started trolling her. They bullied her off the platform. And that gets into what we're talking about people feeling entitled. They feel entitled to celebrities' personal lives. And then when the celebrities don't do what they want, it's like World War III or something. I don't know. It's like vicious. People want to be the Joker so bad, but they could never. These people are monsters. Laughing at someone who lost their parent sounds sociopathic. I remember that. Yeah, they were making memes telling Robin Williams' daughter that it was her fault, all type of shit. And then they was like, it's a joke. It's a joke. We joke about everything on the internet. Jean been a bird. The love and light girlies need to quit. Being behind a screen gives people balls. I think you can buy a spot on the Grammy committee. When I talk about the just jokes to my family, yeah, it's only to an extent. People go too far. Right. It really makes no sense. Jules, I'm just saying, you can Google it. You can Google what I just said about Cardi. And once again, we reward mediocrity. What universe is this? I just don't know, Jules. Mariah, a lot of y'all said Mariah, Candy Burris. I just don't understand. It's payola. Cardi must have sold her soul because ain't no way. Like, the accolades that are still being thrown at her, despite the fact that she hasn't even came out with the sophomore album yet. Like, where is the music? Like, they're still finding ways to reward her. This is how I know Cardi's not a black woman, because it's just no way. It's just no way. What Twilight Zone did I wake up in? Industry Plant. Like, The Dream hasn't won. Candy, Esther Dean, Meg, they all stay writing hits. Mariah's songwriting is literal poetry. We dissected one of her songs in my English class. Oh, it was Jason Lee that took the picture of Beyonce's kids. That explains why she tried to curve him at that party a few years ago. Hi, Deja. Those awards don't mean anything because they give them to anyone that's popular. Thesaurus, Mariah, love the name Zelda. That was my old kitty cat's name. Atlantic Records is trying to make sure their Cardi investment is paying off. Cardi's management is probably in an IOU situation, just like politics. Nothing is real. I'm worried for the children seeing and being influenced by all this internet shit, stan culture, stalker behavior. How do you guys feel about that? Not Gen Z, but like maybe the next gen after Z. How do you guys think that's gonna go? And then we can maybe like close out. How do you think that's gonna go with the... I feel like stalking is being normalized. So how do you guys feel like that's gonna go for like the next gen? I mean, like, people that are actual children. Do you guys think that we're gonna get to a point where they introduce like laws, like legislature about that type of thing? I was just reading about like public records. I'm planning on doing a video, I think, on public records and privacy at some point, because like a lot of people are pushing to change the rules and the laws on public records because we have antiquated laws that don't really account for the internet. The laws say that the records have to be public, like, you know, land properties and deeds and like criminal records, in the name of like transparency, so that at any time you can go look it up, you know, and know, you know, like, oh, this is how much, you know, this apartment last cost, or, you know, you can know that somebody has like a criminal record, even though that in and of itself is still stacked against like black people and especially black Americans. But you used to have to like go to the courthouse and like pull the records yourself. And so there was like less of a concern about like private information getting around. But now with the internet, you can just Google it or type it in. And now they have these companies that are called like info brokers or data brokers, that you pay them to like collect information, which people are wondering, like, should that be illegal? Because like the information is free, it's readily available, like you're collecting information on people. And so they're trying to like think about new ways to like keep the transparency and protect people's privacy, because the stalking and shit is getting out of control. So I'm curious to know what you guys think, and then we'll close out. Because it's like, let's say if Megan Thee Stallion, I'm just, because we're using her, let's say if like Megan Thee Stallion buys a house, buys a property, and buys it personally in her name, that is a public record, right? Like you can go look it up and like find out where she lives, like shit like that. Where was I? Cardi B is trash. I was scrolling through Twitter one day. Oh, I saw Jason Lee tweet about it. I think him and the little white girl from Victorious came out and announced their voters for the Grammys. Oh, look, Nicole, that's how you know Cardi ain't black. Exactly. Lauryn Hill. Right. Why not Lauryn Hill? How does she even win songwriting awards when she doesn't even have the ability to write or speak coherently? The lies. My babies are nothing like what we were like when we were young. The way that things are progressing is really bothering me. Meme culture has turned everybody into a comedian. Keyboard courage is a disease. I have to reiterate, but I work in a psych ward, and even I'm always surprised at how unhinged people are. Oh my gosh, that really upset me too. All these like Meg is fucking trends, fucking memes and jokes just makes me want to makes me so angry and upset. Like, shut the fuck up. It's not funny. It's not funny. It is not funny. I thought Cardi said herself that she didn't write. Honestly, for Zelda Williams to respond to all that BS by simply unplugging is commendable. Wow, people are unbelievable. Oh, have you not heard of that, Ori? Did you just Google it? Whoopsies. Please say something positive. I'm heated in Disturbia on this Grammy situation and memes of death. Hi, Alexandra. Cardi over Mariah Carey, who wrote for decades. I get that some people deal with dark things and pain with humor, but it's not your pain to exploit. I really feel like the anonymity of the internet has just allowed people to unleash their true vile selves. The world is ass backwards. Mariah Carey is vicious with the pen. Cardi is the same woman who disrespected songwriting by saying she doesn't write, and she wins the award twice and breaks records. Every time she rightfully sabotaged herself, she ends up getting rewarded for it. Gen Alpha, is that what they're called? I worry for Gen Alpha, the one after Gen Z. Oh, is it? I read somewhere that it's Gen Alpha, and I don't like that name. This whole world is going to be a psych ward. I don't know if we're going to make it that far as a species. Stalking is definitely being normalized. You have people that sit on the computer all day and stalk celebrities. Even in their death, they exposed Kobe's autopsy reports. Why are we in this timeline? We got into an alternate timeline in the multiverse somewhere. I'm not sure where, but somewhere shit went left. Right. Owen said all that stuff is public record, but police disciplinary records aren't public, though. Exactly. You can't fucking find out how many fucking black people police killed in a year, but you can find out where a celebrity lives. Like, it's really weird. My nieces and nephew are 10 and under, and I worry about them often. Stalking is for show being normalized. It's terrifying. What year do y'all feel Gen Z starts? Some say 97 and others say 2000s. Private info is so accessible now. This is the Twilight Zone. Over the past 5 years or so, I feel like we've been experiencing a huge privacy issue, even more so with TikTok and data mining. Stalking is definitely being normalized. They're going to have to do something, especially because the millennial generation is so obsessed with plastering our kids all on social media anyway. Not a One Direction stan, but I remember when someone literally went and found Harry Styles' birth certificate to prove that his name wasn't Harold. You see, like, it's too much. I remember Pete Davidson made a joke. Oh, wow. Damn. About Paul Walker's death. I remember One Direction fans also hacked into an airport security camera just to get footage of them walking. It's so scary and obsessive. That's literally how Billie Eilish, yes, I still say Billie Eilish. Y'all know I love to give these people their own little names. Got her house leaked and people started showing up and they had to blur her house on Google Maps and Earth because public record. I honestly don't like that it's so easy to get information on people. It makes me very uneasy. Unfortunately, I think it'll take the murder or serious violation of a prominent person, not necessarily a musician, in order for privacy laws to be reevaluated and revised. Cardi B is an agent. Cardi B should wake everybody up to the politics and payola of the music industry. TMZ. Oh, I saw that. TMZ posted a picture of Nicki outside. She wrote the stand pages to delete it, and they did. In the next few hours, Nicki's address was on the internet. This was like 2 days ago. It's crazy. Everything you do. Hi, Chassis. Hi, Minako. People were making trans jokes about Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, they're saying, oh, she has a penis and Tory saw it and that's why he shot her, which is just fucking disgusting. Everyone is disgusting. So if she was actually trans, she deserves to be shot. Do people hear themselves? They'll probably change the laws due to all these white people getting exposed. And that's the go-to, speculating that black women are men. Is tired. It's so tired, queen. It's so tired. It's so tired. It's so tired. So tired. Transphobia is people making them sound like the monsters they are. Something positive. There's an artist called Timar. Timar? Not Tamar. There's an artist called Timar who's got a really nice album out. Everything is backwards nowadays. Something positive. The HBO TV show Lovecraft is coming out soon. Oh, yeah, I saw that there was a post about it on Instagram. Can't wait for that. I'm hyped for that. Ooh, my arm. I'm going to need some superpowers. I'm going to need to go to a different timeline. Gen Alpha going to be all AI. Cardi B gets rewarded for not being black and doing black culture. Hi, Eros. We broke off into the darkest timeline back in 2016. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably where the shift happened. I swear it's because of Twitter. On Twitter, everything flies, which I think has been translating into social media as a whole, into real life. That it's like just the wild, wild west. You can say and do whatever and stalk people. They're called Generation Alpha, born in late 2008 to current. Why are they called Generation Alpha? People act like it's completely impossible for a tall, attractive black woman to be both feminine and strong. It definitely seems like it's rooted in the fact that Meg is like tall, like, which is just, I just want to smack people. I just be wanting to smack people through the internet. Hi, Leah. Gen Z starts in 95. Went left in 2010. Damn, you think we've been in the alternate timeline for 10 years, Eros? Gen Z starts in 97. Gen Alpha may very well swing to the opposite extreme and practice radio silence online. It's like that dynamic where people went from burning crosses to not seeing color. Gen Alpha seems like a weird name. Oh, this is an interesting comment, Gary. That's one of the reasons I want COVID to be over. Kids are being inside more. They're on the internet more as opposed to being outside and working on their social skills. I do also wonder, yeah, how this is going to affect like the kids that are being like inside and just inside all the time. COVID is going to be something we feel for a long time. Yeah, Gen Alpha is the generation after Z. It's Millennial, Gen Z, and now Gen Alpha, apparently. Gen Alpha is going to develop a culture where secrecy is considered deviant. That's like The Circle, which was a really shitty movie with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks, but it was based on a book that I want to read because they say the book is really good. And it had this like social network called The Circle that was obviously meant to be Facebook, where the whole point of the social network was to practice what they called radical transparency, which meant no privacy. It meant being online like all the time and like wearing this little like camera and like constantly live streaming like some Truman Show type shit. But like you're doing it yourself, like you're doing it on purpose, because it was like, doesn't everybody want to be in the circle? Like, aren't we all friends? Like, why do we need to hide anything about our lives from each other? We should like all practice radical transparency. The movie was like bad, but the concept was terrifying. I want to read the book. They did the same trans jokes about Sierra. People still believe that Sierra is a man, even after 2 kids and being visibly pregnant with her 3rd. I remember that, lovely me. They said Sierra was a hermaphrodite. Just... especially since nothing about Meg is masculine. They're literally calling her that because she's black and tall. Generation Alpha is the generation after Z, born after 2008. A lot of millennial kids will be Gen Alpha. Twitter these days, you could say anything. I remember when they made jokes about Sierra being a man. I noticed they always do that to tall black women. Watching P-Valley, they use a lot of women rappers' music in the soundtrack. Tierra Whack's music is all over a lot of series now. Oh, really? Oh, I'm guessing because after Z, you go back to A. Oh, so Alpha. I mean, Gen Z isn't short for Gen Zeta, is it? Because that would be news to me. So they're going to be Gen A, basically. 2016 was the shift. P-Valley is a great show. I might try and catch it. I don't have stars, but I might try and catch it online. They're called Alpha because we are starting the alphabet again. Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z to Gen A again. Gen Z starts in 97, the earliest. People have insinuated that my mom is a man because she's tall. Like, how does that make sense? Oh my gosh. People actually hate black women. It's weird. The Mandela effect, we broke off in 2013. Gen Z should start in 2000. 90s babies don't have anything in common with the 2000s babies. You like the name Gen Alpha, Ali Oxenfree? Your nieces and nephews miss their friends, Marcy? We went left after 2012. So some of y'all have said 2010, 2012, 2013, and 2016. I've also seen people say that they think the world really ended in 2012 and we're all in hell, which is a theory. I think in 2006, folks started submitting to internet lobotomies. Why 2006, Mar? I remember those Sierra rumors. That was so 2006, 2007. People are just full of hate. Hi, Racy Cranham girl. I don't think Gen Alpha is a weird name. The pandemic has made more folks gravitate to being on the internet and being more brazen. Oh, you remember the circle absurd? Didn't they say Lady Gaga was a hermaphrodite too? Yup. I remember that too. They sure did. They said that about Lady Gaga too. Yup. I'm obsessed with generations. I've been like this since 2000. Back then, they used to call us Gen Y. Because before that, it was the lost generation because of the AIDS and crack epidemic. Millennials are Gen Omega, and that's what I'll refer to us as if that's the case. Oh, because it would be what? Gen Omega, Gen Zeta, and Gen Alpha? I mean, we could be Gen Omega, if that's what we're going with. It literally disgusts me. People calling Meg a man, saying she deserved to get shot. Not Gen Omega. You think 2012, Razy Cranham girl? I believe it. We for sure somewhere, and it ain't heaven. Earth is hell. We are definitely in Hades. Hi. Gen Omega Unite. Only 2 episodes in, and I'm hooked on P-Valley. Something positive. Another Sunday of Black Dynamite is coming, and shots will be taken. Every time we hear Black Dynamite, people are going to be lit. Yes, it's Booze Bake this Sunday. So we'll be watching the next 3 episodes of Black Dynamite, and we will be taking shots every time they say Black Dynamite. So I'm going to have a big breakfast or something. I agree. I was born in 97, but I feel weird about being in Gen Z because I feel the disconnect. It's funny because I feel like the early Gen Z, like those of you that were born like 97, 98, it seems like a lot of you guys feel like you have more in common with millennials. And older millennials, like Beyonce and Mark Zuckerberg, that were born in like 81, they have more in common with the generation that came like before us, I feel too. I feel like maybe the way that we are counting our generations is off. Maybe that needs to be adjusted because especially with the technology it seems like the generations are more defined by the tech. Because, like, iPhone came out in, like, 2007 or something like that, right? And so it's, like, the older millennials were, like, already grown by the time 2007, you know, came around. For me, it was like, oh, what's this? You know, like, what's this? But when I was a kid, everything was still analog. But as a teen and adult, started like more tech, more tech, more tech. So it's kind of like interesting how we. And then it seems like the next generation is really being defined by like the social media. Like you have like the people that use Twitter versus the people that use TikTok. It seems like there's a generational divide. Like there's an age even element to it. And like the same thing with Facebook. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Gen Alpha, Gen Omega. For Gen Alpha to begin in 2008 is way too early. That would make Gen Z span only about 8 to 11 years when it should be closer to 17 or 20. I say ditch the letters after Gen Z. Let's number the next few generations. People believe the world ended in 2012 and we are in hell right now. That's scary. Oh, Kylie Minogue's coming out with a new album. We can't be in hell then. We can't be in hell then. I think our alpha babies will be with the shits. I think they'll get stuff done in a way we can't think of right now. 2006 was when YouTube got popping, when a lot more people took to Facebook. People just started living on their screens, it seems. Around 2006, that's probably true. That's probably true. That's probably true. I would say that's probably when I started getting into the internet, was around 2006. That's probably fair. I started getting really into forums around that time. And like AIM, because I had a sidekick. And like I remember my sidekick like blowing my mind. Like I can instant message. I have like a web browser. I can get on the internet. I can fucking Google shit. This is amazing. Gen Omega is an awesome name for millennials. I could believe the world truly ended in 2012. It's like we're in the Matrix. Hi. It's okay. It's interesting how people go out of their way to be rude and disrespectful for no reason on the internet. Isn't it time to give Gen Z their official name relevant to the cultural landscape that shapes their core identity? Something digital would be appropriate. Like what? Gen D? Gen Digital? I'm a millennial and feel more like Gen X. Oh, you were born in 85. Yeah. 93 to... Oopsies. 93 till infinity. Hi, Jaren. Maybe Gen Pixels. You say you're old, salt of the earth? Gen Pixels. Gen Pixels would be kind of cute and funny. Lady Gaga poked fun at the hermaphrodite rumor in her music video for Telephone. 2006, is that when Facebook was made? Facebook was made, I think, in 2005. You were born in 89. Do you feel closer to Gen X or millennials, salt of the earth? Technology makes the generation. You're right. That's valid. Makes sense to me. From 2012 to now has been hell for me. That 2012 theory, points were made. They were called Generation X for extreme, a buzzword that was super popular during that era. Oh yeah, like the extreme sports and shit. Gen Y was a hanger-on to that, and they just kept it going. I feel like late 90s babies can be considered zillennials, as opposed to the zillennials with a Z, as opposed to the zillennials X of the 90s. I feel like there needs to be an adjustment too, because just because I was born during a time shift for grown people doesn't mean I grew up with the same stuff. The state of the world has an impact on the era. I'm born in 97, Gen Z, but I don't relate to 2000s kids. I feel like the iPhone is a huge stamp on people from different generations. Because, like, if the iPhone coming out in 2007, right? That would mean somebody like Mark Zuckerberg was already 16, possibly even going on 17 when the iPhone came out. Versus somebody that was born in 89 or, 90, that's a millennial, they were a kid. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They were not grown the same. Damn, I'm way behind the chat. Damn, hold on. I'm way behind. Fuck. I just scrolled down a little and I saw how much more there was. Where was I? I'm Gen Z. Whoops. But I'm born in 96. Always felt out of place because I also grew up on Twitter and Tumblr. My gen doesn't know about that. I'm not tech savvy by any means. And when that switch happened in the mid 2000s to the 2010s, I felt really left behind. Something positive, a lot more Black-owned businesses are getting some attention and dollars. Our ideas of culture and society are different than the generation coming after us. To put us in the same space based on year feels wrong to me. 06 is about right. Snapchat is Gen Z. Sidekicks changed the game. Every Black person who likes Kylie Minogue is a good person. LOL, they always have taste. There isn't even a consensus from academics on generational years. It's all blurred. My first phone was a Razor. 96 is definitely the cusp between Gen Z and millennial. It's weird because technology advanced very quickly. I had every version of a sidekick. Yeah, we've been on the 9th ring since 2006. We in the ungodly hour. 2006 was definitely the year of everyone getting more into the internet. Black Planet was popping. And Black Planet's trying to come back, too. Gen Pixels, LOL. Gen Byte, GB. Never heard a bad thing about Kylie Minogue. The way she moves with the time so effortlessly. I feel like she's an underrated musical genius, for real. And visual, too. And a lot of our faves have been inspired by her looks. My earliest internet memories were MySpace and AIM. Me too! Gen 5G. Chariot Man Gaming. I'm a millennial myself. I was born in 95, but I feel closer to millennials. MySpace tagged and Black Planet was my world at one point. I was born in 85, and I do feel closer to Gen X. You do, Eros. I think Gen Z has a nice ring to it. I don't think another name is necessary. Gen Techno. What's the length for millennials? It's 91 to 97, I think, or 98, something like that. 81. I just said 81 or 91. I might have said some wrong numbers, which, excuse me if I did, but because I said it without thinking. But it's 81 to, I think, 97 or 98. I've heard people call Gen Z Zoomers. I've heard that too. I also think class plays into the access of the technology you had in your formative years. That's absolutely true as well. Because when I was growing up, my grandma still had a rotary phone. And it's people nowadays don't even know what a rotary phone is. But it wasn't because the prevalent technology at that time was a rotary phone. It was just, that's what we had, that's what that's what my grandma could afford. That's what she bought. My grandma didn't get a corded, a regular house phone or whatever for years and years and years. And now she has a cordless phone that to this day, it's confusing for her to use. In 2007, Mark was already out of Harvard. The The mid to late years of a decade is the cusp of a generation. I was born in 87, and all the people I know born between 85 and 88 felt old as dirt by 20 because we went, right, because we went from, you said you had a rotary phone. We went from rotary to smartphones. 2,000 kids have a phone at 8. That concept is foreign to me. We are seeing the issue of access to internet now with lower income families that have kids getting left behind academically right now. Hi! Hi, random people that just found me. Hi! My first phone was a Nokia 3310. I was a sophomore in high school when the first iPhone came out. Woo, time flies. I remember Zanga before everyone moved to MySpace. When the first iPhone came out, everyone didn't have it. We were still using flip phones and Blackberries. Bye, Queen! I was born in 97 and don't even know what generation I qualify for. I was so amazed by sidekicks when they came out. I was 9. I definitely feel closer to Gen X than millennials, being born in 1989. Come into my world, and oh, that's such a good song. Come into my world. Love at First Sight are my favorite songs by her. Love at First Sight is a great one too. I'm happy I was a teenager in the 2000s. I feel the kids nowadays with social media everywhere is crazy and scary. You have no privacy, way too young. I don't feel close to Gen X at all. I remember MySpace, but Facebook took it to a whole new level. Millennials start at 81, but where it ends gets foggy because they keep changing it. I had a VCR till 2007 because I was broke. Millennials are 81 to 97 at the earliest. If you were born in 96 or before, sorry, you're not one of the kids. You are a young millennial. I remember when DVDs came out, it was such a thing. I'm a millennial, but I don't feel closer to Gen X or Gen Z. I feel like millennials, and maybe this is across generations, like across the board, but I like to think of millennials as being in 3 tiers. You have like your older millennials, your middle millennials, which Chris, you probably would consider yourself a middle millennial. And then you have your kind of young millennials. And your older millennials tend to skew Gen X, right? That's it. And your younger millennials tend to skew Gen Z. And your middle millennials, people that are kind of in that spot, I would say 87 to 93-ish, are solidly in the middle, kind of like 1 foot in like both. Because like even those of us that are millennials that had like the tech, we didn't have like the social media to like the extreme that it is now. I'll never forget when Kylie Minogue won that trademark battle against Kylie Jenner. I could not believe that Kylie Jenner tried to trademark the name Kylie. Kylie Minogue said, no ma'am, no ma'am. It's only one Kylie around here, bitch. It's only one locomotion around here. I remember Blockbuster, not Netflix. I still remember Long Distance. I still remember motherfucking Minutes. Evening Minutes and shit. Be like, girl, I gotta call you after 7. I didn't have a phone until 14 in 2007. I remember when Tumblr first came out. Now that I think about it, there was a window where your phone was a status symbol. I remember huge white computers growing up. Did someone say Nokia? Because I missed the Snake game. I wanted a sidekick so bad. Kind of still want one. Just for the little swoop that the screen did to reveal the keyboard. I was born in 97. Didn't even have a smartphone until I was a freshman in high school. Just got internet again this year. My grandmother still doesn't have internet to this day. Like, the last time I was living there, I had Wi-Fi put in, but when I left, I had it taken out because she don't know how to use it. Like, I still remember when we had house phones. Gen Y millennials are 83 through 95, but Pew, it says 81 through 96. Oh, but Pew says 81 through 96. Pew is inaccurate. I remember huge white computers and the color Apple computer to monitors. Hi, Max Data. N64, Sega, and Game Boy Pockets. Like, it really seems like the technology defines a lot of the generational periods. Like, do you remember PlayStation 1? Do you remember PS4? Do you remember 360? Do you remember Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, iPhone, internet, router? All these things seems like they play really heavily into the generational divide. But it just seems like it's another thing that like the quote unquote official rules have not caught up yet. And they're just like, no, a generation is 20 years. That's it. It's like, but people 20 years ago are not living like us now at all. Like, not even a little bit. I remember in high school, we used to joke about people having a BlackBerry. What business are you running in 10th grade? Damn, I'm a baby millennial. I'm definitely a mid-millennial. Kylie Minogue was iconic. I remember when the iPhone first came out and it was iPhone versus BlackBerry Storm, which is better. We all know now, don't we? We didn't have social media, but we grew up at the turn of the technological age. Exactly, Trey. Minutes. Track phone, boo. Mar. Yes, nights and weekends, paying for texting. Got to get that airtime. I still want the OG colored Mac desktops. The blue one was my fave. I remember the commercials for those when I was really young. I remember I loved the green one because the green one was my favorite color. And it had Kermit the Frog singing "It's Not Easy Being Green." And then at the end it said like sage or something like that. I used to love that commercial when I was young. It used to come on and I would just be like, I love it. And I used to want one so bad. I do wonder how coming of age will be for the babies. We were able to make mistakes and grow up without everybody knowing. Now, I am concerned about that. And again, that gets into the privacy because, like, everyone is getting on the internet younger and younger and just all of their discretions and mistakes. And then they're going to grow up and have to get, jobs. And how is that going to play out? How is that going to play out when your whole life is on the internet? Because, like, from the time you was in the womb, mama was posting the baby shower on Instagram, the ultrasound photos on Instagram. As soon as you were born, you were posted on Instagram. I've literally seen, like the hospital, like picture, the baby still covered in afterbirth, tubes coming out the nose, the sweat. Like from the minute you're born, you're on the internet and then you grow up and then you get like your own social media present. Like I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how that's going to look. A lot of those kids are like just now, kids that have been chronicled their whole life, mommy bloggers. A lot of those kids are just now coming of age and being like, take this shit of me off the fucking internet. So I do maybe have hope that the next generation coming up is going to be like way more into privacy. But I guess like the pendulum could go either way. Either they're going to be really into privacy or it's going to be like the end of privacy and they're not going to give a fuck about it. It's really weird that 9-year-olds are on YouTube and Twitter. Instagram! And they want to talk. And it's like, it's weird because it's like, I've had kids reach out to me on Instagram, 9, 10, 11. And I'm just like, I don't think my content is for children. I don't really feel comfortable talking to you. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm grown. I don't know. Like, I don't think you should be on here. Like, where's your mom? I don't know. Born in 1993, I consider myself a middle millennial. I know nothing of Gen Z. I remember my older sis, 1985, telling me on December 31st, 2000, we weren't going to wake up in the morning. The world is ending. Maybe that's when the fucking time continuum motherfucking switched. 2000. I also feel like a lot of people that had older siblings seem to feel like they're more the generation of the older sibling, unless the older sibling was like way ahead, like 10 years. I know I've seen a lot of you guys say that too, like, well, me and my sibling were 3 years apart and I did everything they did, so I feel like I'm more their gen. Hi fam, Samity Sam. People came to school with that chocolate flip phone and thought they were ballin'. Exactly, the only Kylie that matters is Kylie Minogue. OMG, some people had after 9 unlimited. I was calling my friends. They had evening minutes, 9 o'clock. I was so excited to be in my friend's T-Mobile Fave 5. I missed the Nokia, the best phone. 85 are here. I remember when the internet started, there was only AOL. You got mail, LOL, I'm old. 95, track phone was my first phone. My grandmother got an email address when she turned 100. Well, one of my grandmothers is really tech savvy, but the other one is not at all. I kind of miss the rotary phone, though. Like, I would kind of like to have one for posterity. I remember begging my mom for a cell phone as a kid. She got me a cell phone for my 14th B-Day, and it was just a fancy pager. Other teens saw it and thought I was being punished. Nokia 3310 was iconic. I remember when Netflix sent physical DVDs to homes. My mom still has some in them red envelopes hanging around. I was obsessed with Apple's colorful computers. I wanted a blue one. I'm a young millennial. I would hate to have to grow up on the internet. My grandmother doesn't even know how to turn a computer on. She uses a flip cell phone and that's it. Though she's turning 80 in a few months. I can't even hand my grandmother the phone. I try to hand her the phone. She just looks at me like, I don't even know why you tried to give me this. I don't know what this is. I remember LimeWire. I used to be the LimeWire queen. I used to be the bootleg queen. Wii, mouse with the ball in it. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Dreamcast, PS2. We went from VHS to DVDs to Blu-ray. Now everything is stream it, unless you still prefer an actual physical copy. I'd rather have a physical copy, but DVDs are expensive. Don't get me started on Blu-ray. I miss Blackberries. Whoops. I still have a house phone, but I unplugged it. I like to have a house phone just in case of an emergency. I don't know. I just do. I like to have a corded house phone because like most apartments and homes still have a telephone plug where you can plug it in. So I like to have a corded house phone just in case of an emergency because like what if it's an emergency and the power goes out and I can't charge my phone? I want to be able to make calls. But I think that's a leftover from like being in Hurricane Sandy and the power being out for a really long time. Blackberries, oh my gosh, I forgot. I was born in 94, but I was raised by a working class boomer. So most of my millennial experiences happened at school. If I were homeschooled, I'd be analog all day. I remember Blockbuster and people selling bootleg DVDs in the streets. Whenever someone who is younger than me tells me when they're born, I think of the console that was out at that time. If you're born in 97, I think of Nintendo 64. 2000, I think of PS2. 1991, I think of Super Nintendo. Oh, the boy in blue. Those transparent, colorful computers were everything when I was in middle school. Right, that was the future, Brookie. I was like, I want one. We didn't even have internet in my house. I had to go to my cousin's house to use internet. She had that slow-ass AOL dial-up, that all them noises. You just gonna use your anytime minutes? Just anytime? Dave Chappelle. I remember waiting for my mom to get off the phone so I could play games on CartoonNetwork.com with our slow-ass dial-up internet. And I feel like the wildest thing about that, though, is that that wasn't that long ago. Like, that's why I feel like the idea of how long a generation is should be adjusted. Because that wasn't even that long ago, but it seems like it was. People think I'm crazy about not posting much on the internet all the time. Stalkers are a real thing. Checking social media is going to be a part of background checks for jobs. It already is. I don't know how I feel about that. I take my mom to court. It is the Matrix growing up on tech. I have an older sibling, so I don't connect with Gen Z. I think it's up to the millennial generation to decide the flow of it. So do you feel like we're the tech gatekeepers, Nia? The next gen is going to be steampunk. Social media really made me appreciate being poor because we couldn't afford internet. So I didn't get social media until 2016. I remember those pink baby fat phones. 96, the last year of the millennial. I don't understand why a child under 10 has a phone. I feel like nowadays it's seen as something you need for your child's safety. Like, I remember when I was younger. I mean, and I don't know. Like, I remember when I was younger and I would go out before I had a phone. And not going out, like, partying and stuff, but, like, you know, go out to a friend's house or stay at school late for an event or something. Like, I had to use a payphone. And I know, and you don't even see too many payphones around anymore. So now it's almost like if your kid is going to be out of the house and away from you, like I see why people want their kids to have phones so they can reach them. But at the same time, I do think that like under 10 is like a little bit young for a phone. It's a tough thing, you know, like I don't begrudge parents. I know the parents nowadays like have so many things they have to deal with. I mean, all parents at all moments, but you know, people with camera phones act like paparazzi these days. How can you grow up and make reasonable mistakes without being exposed, get into college or a professional job? Or even in college. Like, I know some of the things that we did in college are not things that I would want on the internet. And luckily, they're not. Because motherfuckers wasn't taking pictures of everything and posting it all over fucking Twitter at that time. It wasn't a thing. It's funny, though, because even though there was social media, that was not a part of the social media etiquette, but it is now. I'm about to fucking videotape you fucking throwing up and shit and like put it on Twitter and Instagram and tag your ass. That was seen as bad internet etiquette, but now that type of thing is seen as acceptable because of this like stalker fucking culture. Like everything goes. Take it in terms of taking pictures and videos of people. My sister was born in 85, and I do think that's why I'm more connected to her generation. The start of the millennial gym should include those who graduated high school in 2000. An older sibling does play into how you feel about your gen. My baby brother doesn't remember Game Boys. My cousins and uncles were teens when I was a kid. I was playing their games, Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo 64. Born in 81, I remember the first CD player. My grandmother calls me once a month to tell me she don't know how to work her phone. I do worry about surveillance and the next gens growing up with all their pics on the internet. I have 3 siblings, 1983, 1985, me, 1993, 1996. As far as I'm concerned, we are all millennials. My parents worked and they had the older siblings watching the youngers all day. We're all close. Kids under 5 can operate any tech these days. And so intuitive. They just be like... My grandmother used to run this program. It was a really cool program where it was like a community outreach program where she would have like young teenagers, like 13, 14. It was like an after school program where they would come in and they would like teach like older people, like 50s, 60s, and like elderly, how to like use their phones and like use a computer and like use the technology. And it was so good. It was like such a successful program, and like the kids loved it because they loved, you know, being able to like mess around with the tech and like show the older people how to use it and feeling like they were sort of in a position of authority, and the older people were like learning. And it was like an sort of generational, it was a program for like Black youth. It was a really cool, fun program. I liked it a lot. I'm sorry, I don't count anyone who was born before 84 as a millennial. They graduated high school by 2002. Those people had beepers in high school. No millennial had a beeper. I kind of agree with you. Why does Mark Zuckerberg get to be a fucking millennial when people describe millennials as being like so influenced and obsessed with like Facebook and like things of that nature? Like, I seen somebody leave a comment on a video where Beyonce was talking about something, and they were like, it's because Beyonce is like a hard worker. Like, these new millennials nowadays are like so lazy. And I was like, Beyonce is a millennial. Like, it just seems like people don't even know where the generational divide even is. Y'all remember Ask Jeeves? Hi, Mel. I just canceled my DVD plan with Netflix. No, I did previously, but I don't have LimeWire anymore, Ori. I did, though. I used to be on all the motherfucking sites, pirate and shit. I used to have all my favorites. Axo, AXXO. Ooh, that used to be the user. He used to have well, let me not say he, because I don't know if it was who it was, man, woman, I don't know. Whoever that was, they used to have every movie. Born in 81. My grandfather thought my Nintendo would blow up the TV. Ask Jeeves were useless. I had LimeWire, FrostWire, the Pirate Bay, all that. Hi, Kendrick. Looks over at my indigo blue iMac computer that I still have from the official launch. I've been a lifelong Apple stan. It still works? It still works? I remember I used to play with my computer's life using LimeWire. Napster was life. I got so many Prince bootlegs off Napster. I had a whole CD business because of LimeWire. Burn you a whole mix for a smooth $5. I used to burn mixes, albums. I was burning movies. I had a HP that had a DVD burner. I was downloading and burning anything you want. I could get it for you. But I don't do that anymore, you guys. Okay. Agent Ross probably watching this like, oh, really? I don't do that anymore, Agent Ross. Blockbuster used to be the shit. Me and my grandmother used to walk to the one right across the street. I remember setting the VCR to record my shows when we went to church on Sunday night. Yes, barely. It's been barely 20 years, Green with Abundance. I almost said, oh my God, Tamagotchis. Blast from the fucking past, Trey. I also had Tamagotchis growing up. I love listening to the AOL dial-up noise. Oh no, that used to make my ears bleed. Millennials are the generation where we understand and experience analog and high tech. I remember Nickelodeon green slime. Lack of privacy and invasiveness on the internet. I'm so wary of posting my face. We're definitely the bridge. Millennials. The drama used to go down on AIM back in high school. Payphones aren't usable anymore for many reasons. Born in 1990, I thought that generations were every 20 years. Silent generation, 1900 to 1920. Greatest generation, 1920 to 1940. Baby boomer, 1940 to 1960. Gen X, 1960 to 1980. Millennial, 1980 to 2000. Gen Z, 2000 and 2020. I thought it was 17 to 18 years, but maybe it is 20. Having no privacy and your pic on the internet growing up and then scrubbing them is going to be the future. I wanted one of those colored Apple computers so bad. Love the commercials too. You're not. Before the phones, it was a lot harder to be a snitch. I want to go back to those days. They were so pure. I remember not having a cell phone, but needing a ride home from after-school activities. I had to ask others or use a payphone. My old boss told me that she looked me up because she thought I was fake and wanted to find out more about me. Wow, so she like looked you up on social media? She Googled you? This makes me think of Girls Gone Wild and how it was so obscure. Now Girls Gone Wild is literally social media. I think generations are only about 5 years long these days, tops. Do you think the day will come when paparazzi will be obsolete since everyone pretty much puts their own businesses out there now? Or do you feel like we're already there? I think we're already there. I think the days of like paparazzi paying for celebrity, you know, like millions of dollars for like celebrity baby pictures and things of that nature is obsolete. But I feel like the common citizen now is paparazzi. So now instead of like, you know, official paparazzi chasing motherfuckers in the car like how they killed Princess Diana, that's going to be like a regular person nowadays instead of like an official person doing it for a job. I don't know if that makes it better or worse though, to be honest. I really don't. I did. I left that life behind. Who remembers a TV with just a knob and no remote? My grandpa had that TV until about 2011. My grandmother had that TV with the dial. We had that in my house, that right along with the rotary phone. We actually had two. We had a big floor unit that sat on the floor that didn't work. And then we had a smaller TV on top of it with the knob. And that was the one that we used to use. Hi, Remy. The kid who sold chips, juice, CDs, DVDs, and bags of fruities out of the book bag. That was me. Hi, alien baby. I was the remote. I know you didn't give your NSA FBI agent a name, Agent Ross. Yes, we called him Agent Ross. We named him after Bilbo Baggins. Yes, I think millennials are the gatekeepers. I feel like the younger generation is watching what we post and expose. They're getting what's acceptable from us. Nanos and gigapets. I remember them. That's interesting. I've never thought of it that way before, as millennials being the sort of gatekeepers for tech and internet etiquette. That's sort of an interesting thing I'm going to think about now. I don't know who to trust with these sites. Some say I'm a late millennial. Some say I'm early Gen Z. I still have my Tamagotchi and it still works. Can't believe it. Having to get scolded to give my parents a call when I reach where I'm going. Because no phones. If you have social media, keep it clean. What kills me are the sites that just be having your phone, info, address, and all that. Yeah. Bye, Gary. People use, oh, she used the search engine, started calling me by my middle name. It was weird. See, that's weird. That's what I mean when I say, like, people think it's going to be the death of the paparazzi, but I think the paparazzi is just changing because now private citizens are the fucking paparazzi. Now private citizens chase the fuck out of you and dig through your past, and not even for money. They send those anonymous tips and shit to fucking Shade Room and shit for free. For internet points. The world seems to be changing more quickly than it used to, for sure. Generations should reflect on that. Facts, that's some scary shit. Those floor model TVs. You know what I'm talking about, Mar? I had the TV with the 2 knobs and antenna. I had that one for a minute. It's up to millennials to preserve early tech culture. I've corrupted and crashed a couple computers from downloading music and movies back in the day. That's why I eventually stopped. Replacing computers became too expensive. Hi, Cho. Bye. When I get to the bottom, we'll be done. I think I'm finally catching up. Because I see y'all talking about Diana. We're the gatekeepers because we are the core audience of the internet. We made it what it is. We created memes and social media. We are the internet. We being millennials. Millennials are the gatekeepers because we are the core audience of the internet. We made it what it is. I agree with this. We created memes and social media. We are the internet. I agree with this. I agree with that. Shade Room, TMZ, all that needs to go. Media takeout, everything. Millennial culture is internet culture and vice versa. All right. That's it. I just got to the bottom. I think that's actually a good place to end, especially because we were talking about having empathy and talking about privacy and talking about internet culture and internet etiquette and stalking being normalized and what's going to be the future of the internet, I guess. So if we feel like that's up to the millennials to be the gatekeepers to decide, let's all think about that and ruminate on that. So we will be back this Sunday for Booze Bake. We will be watching the next 3 episodes of Black Dynamite. If you guys want to watch along, if you want to drink along, we will be taking shots every time they say Black Dynamite, so we probably will be getting drunk. So, see you guys. This was a great live, great conversation. Bye. Stay safe, stay positive, have empathy. Take care of yourselves and your mental health.